You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
First this morning, breaking news in DeKalb County. Police are investigating a shooting at a sports bar hours after the Super Bowl. What witnesses tell us they saw.
Plus, you don't have to put filing your taxes off any longer. Why the IRS is backtracking after they initially told you to wait.
And temperatures are starting off on the chilly side. We're down into the 30s in a lot of spots, but going to heat up nicely as we head into the afternoon. I think you're going to love this forecast. I'll have the details for you coming up.
Here come the problems. It's red alerts. 575, this southbound wreck right near Barrett Parkway. 5 cars, still no police, and it's getting bad out of Woodstock, and we're keeping an eye on the red alert out of Conyers. Lot to cover.
Let's get you right to that breaking news in DeKalb County at the popular sports bar and grill there.
Yeah, at least one person is dead just hours after the Super Bowl. Molly Oak is live, and Molly, you spoke to the bar owner.
Yeah, he says he's never seen anything like this. He was looking at security footage, which he then showed pictures of to us earlier this morning. I want you to take a look at video from the scene as DeKalb County police are still investigating. We're still working to learn the details of what led up to this shooting, but we do know at least one person is dead. Those shell casing markings are still all over the parking lot as police continue to investigate. The owner says there were 3 people that looked like they were involved. He says it happened around 3:10 this morning. He says it seemed like they knew each other and says the one person that did get killed was initially inside of the sports bar and then he went outside. He says one man shot that man multiple times, then just walked away and left, and he drove off in a black car. Again, police are still investigating. We'll bring you updates as soon as we learn them right here on 11 Alive and on 11alive.com. Back to you all.
Molly, thank you. We continue your 11 minutes of nonstop news with the family of a well-known Atlanta nightclub owner getting ready to say goodbye.
It comes after Michael Gideon was shot and killed at Republic Lounge this month. According to a post from his brother, Gideon's funeral will be held tomorrow at Ebenezer Baptist Church at 2 p.m. Gideon was the co-owner of Republic Lounge. Police say the shooting suspect, 39-year-old Jonathan Soto, was kicked out of the club for being too drunk before returning and shooting Gideon. After the shooting, Republic Atlanta announced it is closing its doors permanently.
A Metro Atlanta security guard is recovering in the hospital after being shot by a couple who were trying to dine and dash. Police were called to the Sagewood Fire Tavern in Dunwoody Saturday night. Police say after the man and woman tried to leave without paying, the security guard tried to stop them. Police say they got into a fight. The man pulled out a gun and shot the guard.
Georgia's Attorney General Chris Carr is getting ready to visit Atlanta Police Foundations at Promise Center. This is part of a continued anti-gang recruitment effort. Carr will discuss what he is doing to prevent gang recruitment, especially in schools with kids and teenagers. That was a look at your top headlines.
All right, good morning, Chesley. Starting off a new week here.
Yeah, brand new week, a cool start, but it's going to heat up nicely once we head into the afternoon. In fact, your 4 essential times of the day, we call it the forecast. You're looking at 36 degrees to start off this morning. 55 will be our temperature by noon. On our way to 63 for an afternoon high today under mostly sunny skies. Very nice looking day. In fact, the clear skies by 7 o'clock tonight will drop back down to 54 degrees on our way back down to the 30s for overnight lows once again. Just clear all around. You're looking at not much going on here, right? Throughout the southeast. Looks gorgeous. As a matter of fact, high pressure is building in down to the south of us. We do have a front up here, but you notice it's moisture starved. Not a whole lot of moisture associated with this at all. A little trough over us, a little weak boundary that's fading away. Our winds out of the west or northwest as we head through the afternoon should remain fairly light. We'll say 10 miles per hour or less for this afternoon. We do know that the mild air will stay with us as we head through the day today. You're looking at temperatures in the 60s and will stay there for much of the week. Here we are by Thursday and we're still dealing with that mild to warm air. The cold air will start to push a little bit further down to the south, especially by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday. You see it going all the way down into Texas, and then we'll start to slide a little further over toward the east as we head toward the end of the work week. Now that's where we'll see some of the cooler conditions for us as the cold front pushes through the area. I think through the day, temperatures may be falling off on Friday. Of course, we'll pay for that with a little rain as well with that front coming through. Dry today. Again, tomorrow we'll have a nice dry day. A few more clouds will work in on Tuesday, so not as pretty of a day as it will be on Monday. And then the rain comes back to us by the time we get to Wednesday. looking at a 40% chance. It's mainly going to be scattered showers. Let me show you that in the forecast track model. Today, fine. Mostly sunny skies. Looks great. We'll hold on to it through tomorrow morning. We may start you off with mostly sunny skies. By the time we get to mid-morning into the afternoon, more of those clouds will start to move in. Notice it will be dry for Valentine's Day, Tuesday, looking pretty good. It won't be until Wednesday that we'll start to see some scattered showers enter back into the forecast area. It'll be off and on through the day on Wednesday, and then more widespread rain will come our way as we head into Thursday. Couple of thunderstorms could be around as well. That's something I have to watch right now. A good 70% chance for that rain, with temperatures, by the way, going up close to 70 degrees ahead of that front. Once the front moves through, we'll see those temperatures fall off a bit on Friday. May have some early morning showers. We'll give it a 30% chance. 51 degrees could be our high, but I think our temperatures will be falling through the day. Starting off dry on Saturday, but cool. 29 degree start. We'll hit 53 and then 62 on next Sunday as we begin to rebound.
Next up in your 11 minutes of nonstop news, a developing story about national security. Pentagon officials say the U.S. has shot down another unidentified object.
President Biden ordered to take down as it was flying over Michigan. Officials say it was not a military threat, but it was a flight hazard. This was the third unidentified object shot in U.S. airspace in the last 3 days and the fourth in just over a week. Crews are still collecting debris from the suspected Chinese spy balloon taken down last week.
We're also following the latest in the rescue efforts after the earthquakes in Turkey. At least 34,000 people have died, but crews have not given up hope, and they are still finding survivors even a week later.
Now to an update to a story that put a lot of taxpayers in limbo last week. The IRS now says that you can go ahead and file your taxes.
That comes after they were telling people to hold off. Christy Diaz is here to explain the change. Pretty confusing back and forth in the middle of tax time.
Yeah, but now we do have an answer. The IRS has decided go ahead, file your taxes. All of this goes back to those $250 and $500 relief checks the state issued last year and whether they would be taxed federally. The IRS has decided the answer is no. That means for most people in Georgia, you do not need to report these payments on your 2022 tax returns, and you will not have to pay federal taxes on that money. So with a little over 2 months to go before the tax deadline of April 18th, the IRS now says, don't wait, go ahead, file those taxes. They also issued a statement saying the IRS appreciates the patience of taxpayers, tax professionals, software companies, and state tax administrators as the IRS and Treasury work to resolve this unique and complex situation. Now, in Georgia and 3 other states, there is an exception related to tax benefits. So that is a good question to ask whoever is helping you file your taxes.
Continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news. New this morning, the Empire State Building is lit up to honor the winner of Super Bowl 57, the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35. You may have heard Harrison Butker is the one who made that winning field goal. Did you know he's from Atlanta? Butker went to the Westminster schools in Atlanta and to Georgia Tech. He was on the field, taking it one kick at a time, he said. After he missed that first field goal, he couldn't stop thinking about the what ifs, but he dug deep for some positivity, and it paid off in the end.
It feels amazing, just to see all the confetti. You know, you try not to think about it too much leading up to the week, I guess 2 weeks of preparation, but, you know, it's amazing now that all the dreams, all the visualizing that we're going to win came true, and now you can experience and relax and enjoy the win.
Now he has 2 Super Bowl rings in his collection. You can find highlights from the game and halftime on 11live.com. You'll have much more coming up on the Today Show as well. Chesley?
2 Super Bowls is just greedy, right? Share it with others. By noon today, we're looking at temperatures right around 55 degrees. We'll have mostly sunny skies on the outside. In fact, we'll hold on to that sunshine really all day long. It's going to be a nice afternoon for us after a pretty chilly start. 63 degrees will be our afternoon high temperature. By the time you're driving home, keep those shades handy. You're going to need those. Down to 58 degrees under clear skies. Those northwest winds about 9 miles per hour or less for today. Enjoy.
All right. We know tomorrow is Valentine's Day, but Saturday was the Cupid's Undie Run at Eventide Brewing in East Atlanta. Despite the soggy drawers, we ran and raised almost $50,000 for NF research, that is neurofibromatosis. I want to thank everybody who came out dressed up. Look at that. Even Jesus showed up in costume there, having a fun time. And there you go, running in the rain. Everybody did wonderful.
I run in the cold for Jesus, but that might be it.
And your underwear, too.
And that was the big question. Did I actually run in my underwear? And Oh, wait, I've got a traffic alert. I gotta go.
Okay, he did it.
Glad we didn't see any pictures.
Yeah, no, right?
We need the
You don't want to.
Oh, have a good day.